Good afternoon, grade 10s. It's me again, Hector Nkosi. I'll be taking you for mathematics as usual. I welcome you, boys and girls. I hope you are well. It's Friday today. Majority of you, I'm sure, are happy as we're entering the weekend. And yeah, taking a break from studying. Okay, guys, today we'll be looking at number patterns. We are finishing the chapter. So, if you're still not unsure about something based on number patterns and stuff, please ask me today. We do have our chat box. Just put all your questions there, all your maths related questions. You can put them there. Okay, guys. So as usual, you can always email me at nkosihector28@gmail.com. Right. So we'll be looking at linear number patterns and other mixed patterns, right? I've been receiving some emails. I'm quite impressed with your work ethic, guys. I'm very impressed. I also received an email, but I just saw it early today from someone who was asking for the homework that I gave you guys a day before yesterday. Sorry, I just saw your email today morning, but I hope you were sorted. Okay, guys, let's not waste time and start with today's lesson. Okay, that's perfect. So today we'll be looking at two past exam question paper. We'll be looking at November 2018. We'll also be looking at November 2012 and also November 2016. Okay, that's perfect, boys and girls. Okay, I need to stop sharing and reshare the screen again. All right. Okay, boys and girls, I've got a quite challenging question today. I'm sure majority of you, it's your first time seeing it. You're still not sure what's happening, but I'm going to take you step by step and explain it to you what's happening here. And I'm telling you now, guys, by the end of today, you should be able to know because I try to bring different questions, because they can ask you anything, guys, in an exam or assessment or test. They can ask you anything. I just want to increase the screen a little bit. Yeah. Okay, cool. They can ask you in an exam or test, guys, right? So it's very important for us to know everything by now, right? Okay, cool. Sorry about that. I was trying to increase the screen. All right. All right. Okay, cool. Before I do that, I can see some comments on the chat box. I just want to check them before we can start with today's lesson and see whether you guys are following. You can hear me or not. Okay, afternoon, guys. Afternoon. All right. Hello. Hello, guys. Mandla Mtetwa. Afternoon. It's welcome, Mandla. It's my first time seeing you. KK Slider. It's also my first time seeing you. The others are always here in class. Okay, that's fine, boys and girls. Okay, let's start with today's lesson. I hope you'll enjoy. I try to come up with the most challenging question and nice question, boys and girls. All right. So now, boys and girls, let's look at this question. This is question 3 from Department of Basic Education, 2012. So it was an exemplar question, right, from DPE 2012, right? So here it says to you, question 3, 3.1, you are given 3x plus 1. You are also given 2x. You are also given 3x minus 7 are the first three terms of a linear number pattern, right? Aha. I'm sure a majority of you are starting to panic and say, okay, we've never seen a number pattern like this. I mean, we did number patterns from Monday, and today all of the sudden this is this, how do we deal with this one? How must I do it and stuff like that? It's easy, boys and girls, very simple. If you understand your algebra, like your substitution, your solve for x, all the things that we did the last 2 weeks, you should be fine. Then 3.3.1, it says if the value of x is 3, write down the first three terms. So basically, they are telling you that if the value of x is 3, write down the first three terms. Can someone please tell me the first three terms? Aha, yes, Mandla Mtetwa, that's perfect. It's 7. Mandla got 7, 6, and 2. That's perfect, my boy. I'm happy you got that one, guys. Right? I want chicken licking. Wow, what a name. Yes, that's perfect. Miss P, that's perfect as usual, my girl. All right. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So basically, I just need to explain to the people that who do not get the solution or who do not get the question how to get this answer. So basically, where there is x, you must substitute with 3 because the examiner is telling you that if the value of x is 3, write down the first three terms. So if x is 3, you just need to substitute 3. So it will be 3 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So your term 1 is 7. Um, 2 times 3 is 6, right? Then your term 2 will be what? Will be what you call it will be 6. Then 3 times 3, it's what? It's 9, right? Yeah, yeah, 3 times 3 it's 9. No, 3 times 3 is 6. Sorry, guys. Wait. Yeah, it's 9. Sorry, my bad, right? Then you minus 7, you get 2, right? Therefore, that's how they got 7. Uh, wait. No, guys. It's 9. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. So it should be 10, 6, 2, not 7, 6, 2. 10, 6, 2, guys, right? You see, it's very important for us to do the questions together. Should be 10, 6, 2. You see, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10, isn't it? Then 2 times 3 is 6, right? 3 times 3 is 7, 7 minus, 9. 3 times 3 is 9, 9 minus 7 is 2. So you're going to have your 10, term 1 is 10, term 2 is 6, and term 3 is what you call 2. That's perfect, boys and girls. Therefore, you got the value of the first three terms. Now, sometimes, guys, they can say to you, what you call, they can say to you, solve for x. When you solve for x, it's quite complicated. In grade 10 so far, they won't ask you, but going to grade 11 and grade 12, um, um, sometimes they'll say to you, solve for x and stuff like that, right? So, but in grade 10, you don't have to stress a lot, but you can do it. But, at this stage, you don't have to thingy, you don't have to solve for x at the moment, and also we don't have sufficient information. Normally, when you solve for x, they'll give you this sequence like this, and then they'll be like to you, okay, I can see others are already on number 2. I'm still explaining number 1, guys. Please try to follow, because what I'm trying to explain, they might ask you in an exam. I know you're shouting the answers and stuff. You know your answers by now, but please, guys, try by all means to go with me. I can see that. I'm a good teacher. Majority of you are following already. You are telling me the next answer for the next question. But we're still on number 1. So please, guys, go with me, right? Because not all of us here in the class are in the same page. So we need to accommodate everyone so that we can be on the very same page. So now, as I was trying to explain, this is not asked, but now let me give you a tip. Sometimes they can say to you solve for X, right? So if they are saying to you solve for X, basically you have to just hang on, guys. Just hang on. Okay. Yeah. So if they're saying, oh yes, if they're saying solve for X, they'll have to give you the first difference of 3, right? They'll tell you that, or maybe they will say the first difference is so much, then solve for X. Therefore, you can work backwards and get the value of X, that is 3. Okay, guys, please try to do 3.1.2. I'm only giving you 30 seconds. I know majority of you got it, but I want other people to try it also. Right. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I can see, okay, Mandla got it. It's 4n plus 6. And also, Letabo also got it. Lusasesi also got it. KK Slider also got it. Yeah, but let me show the rest of the class, right? Let me show the rest of the class. It doesn't mean that if 3 or 2 people um, got it, it means that everyone understand it, right? So basically, I just need to explain this to you, boys and girls. So if you look, I just need to increase my screen and make it bigger. Okay. Just a second as I'm trying to increase my screen. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we got the first one. We said the first 3 terms is 10, 6, and 2 when we substitute 3 to the x, right? Therefore, this one now, it says to you, determine the formula for Tn, of which that's your general term of the sequence, right? So basically, we should know this by now, is that formula of Tn is equals to Pn plus Q. I can see people got plus 6. You went wrong. The answer is plus 14, right? So now let's calculate the value of P first, this one. Remember, what is the value of P? The value of P is your first difference, right? What is your first difference? When you say 6 minus 10, it's negative 4, right? Same applies when you say negative 2 minus 6 is also negative 4. So no wonder they said D, of which is your first difference, is negative 4. Not 4n, but negative 4n, right? So your answer is negative 4n. Now let's calculate the value of Q. They got 14. Now, how did they get 14? 14, we know that the value of Q, we take what? We take term 1, right? We say term 1 minus it, the first difference, with the first difference. So term 1 is 10, right? Minus it with the difference. The difference is negative 4. So it's 10 minus minus 4. And we know minus and a minus, it's a plus. Therefore, it will be plus 14. Does it make sense? So it will be 10 plus 4, guys. So it's not 4n plus 6. It should be negative 4n plus 14. Can you see, guys? Please, 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 please make sure that before you give me the answer, you do it actually. That's why I gave you 30 seconds so that you can sort of like calculate it, right? So please, 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 guys, don't make these silly mistakes in your exams or test. And I'm sure now you guys are learning, because me saying try it before for 30 minutes, then we do it. it will help you a lot. It's very tricky. Yeah, I can see Palisa. She's commenting. She's saying it's very tricky. Yeah, it's very tricky. You just need to think, guys, and try to go back and see what is happening. Does it make sense, boys and girls? Okay, that's perfect. Okay. Uh-huh. Let's do 3.13. It says, which term in the sequence is the first to be less than negative 31? So which term in the sequence is the first to be less than negative 31? 3 marks. I'm also giving you 30 seconds, guys. We've been doing this from Monday, so I'm hoping that everything now makes sense, right? So which term in the sequence? So we know our sequence, it's what? Okay, Aaron already got 12 term. We'll check that now. Let me just drink my water. Okay, Aaron got 12 already. Someone else, guys. Remember when we talk about less than, you need to think of your inequality equations. Tino also got 12 term, right? You need to think of your inequality equations. Does it make sense, boys and girls? Okay, let's look what's the answer? Zelnia also got 12. Perfect. Let's look at the solution before we can move on so that I can explain everything to you. Uh-huh. Everyone, seems like everyone is correct, because the answer is it is 12. So it's easy. You must take what? Here they were looking for what? They were looking for your which term that will be the first, that will be less than negative 31. So basically, because the examiner told you, they did not say which term that will have the value of 31. If the question was saying which term will have the value of negative 31, therefore you are supposed to put an equals to sign. But the question says to you, which term in the sequence is the first to be the less than 31. Therefore, you need to think of your inequality equations. Does it make sense, guys? Therefore, you've got your general term. Therefore, basically you're solving for n, right? Therefore, when you solve for n, you say minus 4n plus 14 less than negative 31. You'll get what? You'll be left with negative 4n less than. When you take 14 to the other side, when you transpose it, it will be negative 14. So negative 31 and negative 14, it's actually negative 45, right? Therefore, remember now, when you divide with a negative, you must divide by negative 4 both sides, negative 4 both sides. Your sign changes. Please, 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 please do not forget that, guys. When you divide an inequality with a negative number, your sign always changes. If it was greater than, it will be less than. If it was less than, it will be greater than. Don't forget that. I'm sure this is our third time seeing this today, right? So now, so you'll get, when you divide this, therefore, 4 into negative 45, it's 11.25. Now, some of you they are asking that, but say, this is not, what you call, this is not 12 exactly when we round off. It's 11 and a quarter, right? If I can put it in a simple English, it's 11 and quarter, because 11.25, you must round it to a whole number. But for the fact that it's 11 point something, it rounds up to 12. Does it make sense, guys? That's how we got 12. I hope it makes sense. But let's say if we got the answer as, even if we got the answer as 10.25, when you round up the number of term, it should be 11. Does it make sense? Same applies here. It's 11.25, which means some of the things they fall into 12. You know, quarter of the things they fall into 12. And yes, you'll be wrong if you left your answer as 11.25, because when you count the terms, you don't count 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. You count like term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, term 5, term 6. You count whole numbers, right? Terms are stipulated in term numbers, guys, right? So, I mean, terms are stipulated in whole numbers. So when you give the examiner the terms, it must be a whole number, because you're saying first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, just like that. Does it make sense? Therefore, n will be greater than 11.25, right? Right. Therefore, n it will be equals to 12. I can see questions here. It says, say, is it necessary to put the less than sign, or you can just put the equal sign? It is necessary to put the less than sign, because they said, the question said to you here, uh, less than, you know, it's very important. They did not say what is the value. The question did not say which term in the sequence is the value of negative 31. Does it make sense? But the question said which term in the sequence is the first term to be less than negative 31. So it's very important to put your less than sign, not equals to. Yes, sometimes if they put it like that, okay, which term will be negative 31, you would put an equal sign, because you're saying that term is actually equals to something. Does it make sense? Then another question says, I just need to check. Okay, someone says, but say, isn't it 11.5 closer to 11 than 12? Yes, you are right. In a normal circumstances, it's correct. But now, it tells you that your negative sign, your negative 31 sign also falls into 12. It starts from 12. So it starts from 11.25. But because terms are given as whole numbers, you can't sort of say it's 11, because at term number 11, you'll get a value that is positive. Does it make sense? So it starts from 12. So no wonder 11 point something, meaning the other portion, the comma 25 falls into 12. Therefore, it will change everything to 12, because now your n must be equals to 12, right? So think about that. Terms are given as whole numbers, guys. If you can put that in your mind that, okay, term 1, it's a whole number, term 2, it's a whole number, stuff like that, you'll be able to understand. Does it make sense, boys and girls? I hope it makes sense. Okay, cool. Right. So it was one of the tricky questions, this one, guys. Yeah, you're supposed to scrutinize it and think about it and sort of try to analyze. Remember, what did I say on Monday when I started the chapter? I said to you, um, when it comes to patterns, it's more of like analyzing. I even made an example about the buildings. I made an example about you waking up, going to school. What is your routine and stuff like that? What do you do every day and stuff like that? You know, guys, um, number patterns, they may seem cool and easy, but they are not easy. You have to think. You have to think a lot and try to make sense with everything. Okay. Then the last one on this question, 3.2, says to you, the multiples of 3, right, form the pattern, the number pattern 3, 6, 9, 12. Determine the 13th number in this pattern that is even. Now, they are telling you that these are the multiples of 3, right? It's 3, 6, 9, 12. Determine T13. That is even. We know even numbers are your 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, which means an even number, it's a number that you can divide by 2, right? So who can tell me this one? Guys, I'm giving you 30 seconds on also. Going once, going twice. Okay, I can see Miss P said I must wait. Someone got 36. Someone, can you please confirm? Poppy also got 36. Let's see. Let's see. Someone got 39, some got 45, some got 38. You can't get 39. 39, it's not an even number. So you should know that, okay, your answer is not correct because 39 is not an even number. 39 is an odd number. So maybe the ones who got 36, the ones who got 40, you can see someone got 40. You can't say 45. 45, it's not an even number. 45, it's what? It's an odd number. So maybe 36, 40, 42, 36, right? Okay, let's check. Let's check. Let's check and see. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see which one is correct. We did similar question like this. Uh-huh. Your answer is 78, boys and girls. Your answer is 78. Now, remember we did something similar to this, guys. We did something similar to this. So basically here, you were supposed to do what? Basically here, you were supposed to get your general term first, right? Then after getting your general term first, you were supposed to take, because the question said to you, we did this, I remember I did this with you, determine the 13th term, the 13th number in this pattern that is even. So first thing first, you were supposed to say 13 multiplied by 2, right? Because we said even numbers are being determined by 2, any number that you can divide by 2. So you are supposed to say 13 times 2. 13 times 2 is 26, basically, right? Remember we once did this, guys. I thought maybe one of you would you were going to get it. Does it make sense, boys and girls? Then after doing that, guys, you know that, okay, basically you're looking for T26. Yes, we did it on Wednesday. Palisa, she is confirming. So you're looking for basically T26 because because it says determine the 13th number in this pattern that is even, right? So what is the 13th number that will be even? So it will be 13 multiplied by 2 because that's what is even. Does it make sense? But before you do that, you must identify your general term first. Your general term, guys, we know that it's the TP. We know that 6 minus 3 is 3. 9 minus 6 is 3. 12 minus 9 is 3. Therefore, this is more of a linear question, right? Therefore, now we know that the first difference is 3, right? Then we do have the value of P. Therefore, Tn is equals to 3n. Now, let's calculate the value of Q. The value of Q, what does it say? It says T1 minus the first difference. What is T1? T1 is 3, right? What is the value of Q? What is the first difference? Is also 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0. So your general term, it will be just what? It will be just Tn is equals to 3n, basically. So Q in this case is 0. I hope it makes sense, boys and girls. It was very tricky. It was a tricky question. So basically here, guys, you were supposed to say, okay, Tn is equals to 3n. Therefore, T26 is equals to 3 times 26. Therefore, it's 78. So the first part was to get your general term first. I hope it makes sense, guys. I hope it makes sense, right? I hope it does make sense, right? Okay, right. So this it was more of one of the tricky questions. You were supposed to think deep and sort of like do your stuff. I don't know what's happening with you today, guys, but it seems like you're getting wrong answers and stuff like that. But it's fine. Remember, guys, can you see what I'm telling you? Practice, 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 practice makes perfect, guys. Okay, let's look at the last one, the last question. Let's look at this question now. It says dark tiles. I hope the this one I took it from November 2016, right? Wow, some of you are commenting that because it's Friday. No wonder, maybe your brains are tired. Wow, guys. Okay, cool. I can see. Okay, but yeah, we still have 15 minutes. Yeah, we still have 15 minutes. Let's try to cover this question. Then you should be fine with number patterns by today. Okay, question 3, it says to you, dactyls D and lactyls L are used to create patterns on a flow. The first 4 patterns are shown below. For the patterns that follow, the tiles are arranged in a similar manner. So we've got pattern 1, pattern 2, 3, and 4, right? So they are given as dark tiles and light tiles, right? But in pattern 1, we don't have any light tiles. So it's 0 basically for light tiles in pattern 1. Whereas in pattern 2, it's 1 tile, right? In pattern 3, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 tiles. In pattern 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 tiles, right? Now, let's answer 3.1. How many dactyls were used in pattern 5? So let's see. 5, we've got 1. We've got 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 7. What will be pattern 5? Aha. Who can tell me? 9. Very good, because dactyls are increasing by the value of what? Of odd numbers. It's not 6, but it's 9, guys, right? Why? Because we can see that dactyls are increasing in an odd number sequence, right? So we know when we start from odd numbers, it's one, or you can say, very good, Lusa Sesi, you can say they are increasing by 2. You can put it like that, or you can say they are going with a sequence of odd numbers, or you can say they add by 2. I can see, right? So we know that is 9. So 3.1 is 9, right? Then let's analyze the like tiles. They said how many like tiles were used in pattern 6. Let's try to analyze light tiles, right? But now they are asking for pattern 6. So light tiles, it's 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? So it was 0, 1, 4, 9. Right? What about 6? So it's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Here we got 9 in pattern 4. Then in pattern 6, what's going to happen? In pattern 6, it should be 25. I can see other people got 25. Can you see what's happening, guys? It's 25. Because now, meaning now, for light tiles, so where there is 0, you'll put 0 squared because there's no like tiles in pattern 1. In pattern 2, there's actually 1 like tiles, right? So you'll be like, okay, here, no, it starts here from 1. So it will be 1 squared, 2 squared, right? 3 squared. In pattern 5, it will be 4 squared. So pattern 5 will be 16. So I can see other people got 16. 16 leg tiles is for pattern 5, but the question asks for pattern 6, boys and girls, right? Therefore, for pattern 6, it will be 5. Does it make sense? So it will be 5 squared. Does it make sense, boys and girls? So it will be 25, right? Aha, very good, guys. Can you see? I'm bringing lots and lots of complex questions where they require you to think and analyze a lot. Okay. 3.3. Write down the general term DN for the number of dark floor tiles used in each pattern. So they want the general term for the dark tiles, the one that we increasing by 2. What will be the general term for 3.3? General term, let me drink my water. I'm only giving you 30 seconds. Yes, Aaron got it. Someone else, Aaron got, yes, Tracy also got 2n minus 1. Aaron also got 2n minus 1. Poppy also got 2n minus 1. Right? Perfect, right? So let me just explain to everyone how we got 2n minus 1. So if we go to the solution, basically, yes, it is 2n minus 1, right? Can you see, guys, this is similar to what we did yesterday. It's just that now they put it in the form of tiles. But this is what we did yesterday. Remember yesterday, it was in a table format where there was pattern A and pattern B. So pattern A was the very same and pattern B was 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared. Do you still remember? It's the same as yesterday. It's just that now it's the different pattern or different picture that they've given you. Now they've given you in forms of tiles, right? Okay, I hope everyone is understanding the general term for 3.3. Now let's do the general term of like tiles. What will be the general term of the like tiles, guys? We also did it yesterday, guys. Remember yesterday we had a table that said pattern A, pattern B, and it had numbers. It's just that here you were supposed to analyze these shapes, right? With light tiles and dark tiles, right? Right? Palisa is saying now it should be called analytical algebra. Yes, number pattern, it is part of algebra. It is part of algebra. I'm telling you right now, right? You need to know your algebra skills before you can know number patterns, you know. It might sound easy, but it is algebra. It's part of algebra, you know. Okay. Zelne got TN squared. Someone else? Yes, Palisa also got Tn is equal to n squared. Ntato also got n squared, and Tracy. Okay, let's see, right? It's easy because we're saying that number, if it's T1, we're gonna put 1 squared. If it's T2, 2 squared, it's 4, right? If it's T3, we're putting 3 and we're getting 3 squared. I mean, yeah, 3 squared of which is 9, right? Oh, sorry, I'm opening the wrong solution. All right. So basically, it's this one. Now, this one now, guys, it says to you, basically, it's not just n squared. However, it's n minus 1 squared. because we know that in T1, it's 0. And 0 minus 0 minus I mean in T1 is 1. Then 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 squared is 0, right? So bear in mind, guys, it's not just n squared, but it's n minus 1 squared. Why? Because now in pattern 1, there is nothing, there is 0 basically. So basically when you say 1 minus 1 all squared. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 squared is, yeah, I can see you guys are getting it now. Palisa, she has just typed it here on the chat box. And yeah, I can see that you guys are following. Does it make sense, boys and girls? Right. Let's look at the last two questions. We still have 5 minutes. It says, which pattern will have exactly 64 light floor tiles? Easy. You see, when they say exactly 64 light floor tiles, which means now you're using what equals to. Can you see? You are using equals to. You are no longer using less than or greater than. Does it make sense? Okay, I can see other people, they are saying pattern 8. So first thing first, we must take what? We must take the general term of a light floor tiles, right? We know the general term of the light floor tiles. We did it in 3.4, right? Now you must equate it with 64, then solve for n, basically, right? Right? Others are getting 9. Let's see what's the answer. Okay, cool. So the answer is actually 9, guys. It's actually 9. Uh-huh. The answer is 9, not 8, right? Well done on Tatile. The answer is 9. Let me take you through this one, boys and girls. Remember now, this was the general term of what? This was the general term of uh, the light tiles. Therefore, you're supposed to equate it by 64 to get n. Therefore, remember now, your algebra is coming again. You must expand. It's n minus 1 all squared, right? You must open these two brackets and remove the brackets. Therefore, you get n squared minus 2n plus 1. Therefore, you must transpose 64 to the other side. Can you see? These are your equations. We did this, guys. We did this 2 weeks back, right? Can you see when I emphasized the importance of your algebra? It's coming, guys, now and again. You'll see when we start trigonometry next week. Still is the same thing, right? You just need to understand your algebra, right? Now we got n squared is minus 2n minus 63 is equals to 0. Therefore, you must factorize this. Can you see your factorization is coming again? Therefore, n minus 9 and n plus 7 is equals to 0. Therefore, n is equals to be, it will be equals to 9, or n it will be equals to negative 7. Negative 7, it won't be applicable. No wonder they wrote NA, not applicable. We cannot have a term that is negative. We can only have a term that is positive. Therefore, which means now it's T9. T9, that's where you'll get the value of 64. Does it make sense, boys and girls? Perfect. Okay, let's do this one. We've got a minute left. It says to you, each tactile, okay, this one is homework, guys, because it's already Cora 2. This one is homework. Um, this one is homework. Let me just highlight it. 3.6 is your homework. So before we start with our trick on Monday, we're going to do this one. So it says each tile is 0.3 m wide and 0.6 long. Calculate the total area by all the tactiles in the first 100 patterns. Very challenging question. So please, 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 we only left with a minute. Try to screenshot this in your phones or try to take a picture, so that when I end the lesson, you can have everything here. Okay, let me just check at the chat box for the meantime. Okay. Okay, cool. Can see any questions here? Okay. Mm, okay, cool. All right, guys. It seems like everyone is following. Okay, guys. Have a great weekend. Rest, guys. I know you've been studying during this lockdown. So weekend is for you to rest, guys. I'll see you on Monday, same time, same platform. Have a lovely weekend, guys. Bye.